white ash and white pine and a whole bunch of things. Ruth DeLong was interested in regrowing an Acadian forest. You can think of the irony of all the places on PEI they're going to run a road through was a place that had about 15-year-old examples of how you can actually restore a degraded ecosystem. And we actually came back last year and pruned some of those trees up. And I looked today and I can't see any of them, but if they hadn't been cut, they were pruned seriously, right? So there would have been 15 to 20-year-old red oak and white ash and stuff, things that are quite relatively rare on PEI. So that drives me crazy. But what I'd like to focus on today is just, I've always been interested in getting people to see more about their woods, to see why it's important. And we've been working on forestry issues for a long time. So on the one hand, this kind of treatment of land doesn't surprise me. It really should, but I've seen so much of it. I've gone to lots of places where they've just cut the hemlock because the trees are too big to mill. So they didn't even cut a swath. They actually cut them down and they're laying on the ground. And if you talk about a waste of things, actually just cut a tree and not even bother using it. But I want to also focus on why this is important. I mean, I think anybody with eyes can look at this area and see how beautiful it is. The other thing is that there should be tons of places more on PEI with good woods, right? So I've never really been into sort of saving one area of the woods on PEI and forgetting about everything else, because the same types of actions that are going on here are going on all across the island at all times by contractors, right? And other people too. So we'll go through, if you have any questions, I don't have a talk for you, but if you have any questions, just ask about stuff. If we see birds, we'll look at them. We'll see lots of little plants. We'll see the remnants of lots of wildflowers. So just, I always tell people I can yak at you for hours. I'd much rather answer questions we go through. But it's as gorgeous a day as you'll find at this time of year. It's one reason I fell in love with PEI many years ago. I love the falls here. And look at those colors, and it's like you got to be happy to be alive, even if there's destruction going around and machines doing strange things all around. So we're going to go down. We're going to look at what's going on, see if we can get something positive out of what's going on. I think learning stuff about what's around you and developing a better appreciation is really quite useful for everybody.